In this video, I'll show you how to dramatically increase their conversion rate by correctly utilizing A+ content in order to turn prospective customers into buyers. What is A+ content? A+ is essentially bonus content that goes on the product listing in order to help you market and sell your book. When you scroll down on the listing, you can see a section which says from the publisher. This is where it's located. A+ gives us an opportunity to provide customers with additional information regarding our product in order to give them an idea of what they can expect. It gives us the ability to add photos, descriptions, as well as comparison tables in order to market our product and brand. When utilized correctly, they can easily double the conversion rate of our listings. A lot of people don't understand how to use this tool effectively, and they overwhelm the customers with too many details. The correct way to utilize A+ would be to showcase what customers can expect from our book at a glance, not with a bunch of text. We want to showcase our book in a visual manner, where customers can see exactly what they're getting. We can supplement it by highlighting the key points of the book in order to drive the point home. This is especially important with low and mid content books, where providing a visual to the customers is essential and will be the determining factor whether the customer buys our book or not. I personally publish coloring books exclusively, and in this category, having strong A+ content is absolutely essential. I would even go as far as saying it's the second most important aspect of a book listing after the cover. In my opinion, it carries more weight than a product description, as you can drive the same points home using A+ and do so visually, which is a more effective way of showcasing your coloring book than a boring block of text. Let's take a look at some examples of A+ content. Okay, so over here you can see a high content book listing. Let's just scroll down to the from the publisher section. It features the book cover, as well as some simple points that the author wanted to drive home. Over here we can see a section where he included a testimonial, as well as some bite-sized pieces of text which are easily digestible and can be read through very quickly. Presenting a high-content book in a visual fashion is obviously challenging, because other than the cover and perhaps some diagrams that are included in the book, there's not much to showcase other than blocks of text. However, even here, the author tries not to overwhelm the customer with too much information. We can get more visual than that. This is where this listing comes in, which is a coloring book from Coco Wyo, and as you can see, the A+ content is very visual. There's barely any text here. We get a nice look on the front cover of the book, as well as the title and the author. Over here we can see some information about the book, the dimensions, as well as the fact that it's printed single-sided. The author also included this handy little diagram which tells us to put a blank page behind the page that we're coloring in order to prevent bleed-through. Over here you can see they're featuring their coloring pages, some of them in color, some of them in black and white. And when we scroll down to the bottom, we can see they utilize a comparison table in order to feature the other books. This comparison table is an absolute must-have for any A+ content, in my opinion, because it gives us the opportunity to feature our other books for completely free. Normally, we would have to pay in order to feature our books here in the sponsored section, but we get to do that for free on our listing. So definitely take advantage of that. Okay, let's take a look at this low content book, which is a floral notebook. As you can see, we're greeted by this picture of the front cover of the notebook. When we scroll down, we see, again, the front cover as well as the interior, the dimensions, and the key features of the notebook. And then when we scroll down further, we can see a comparison table where the author is utilizing this space in order to market their other notebooks. When we scroll down even further, they basically let us know that there's also a hardcover notebook version available. And here we can see a little composition of all the other notebooks available for sale from that author. Now that we understand what A+ content is and we know what makes a good A+ content design, let me show you how you can create one for yourself. In order to create A+ content for our books, we go to our bookshelf and then go into marketing. And then in the marketing section, we scroll down and we can see this section here, which says A+ content. Over here, we can choose the marketplace for our A+ content, as A+ content is different for every marketplace. So if you want to design it for multiple marketplaces, you're going to have to do that separately. So once we choose our marketplace, we click Manage A+ Content, and in here we simply click Start Creating A+ Content. Over here we give a name to our A+ content. It could be anything you like. I'm just going to say A+ Example. Then to add our content, we click Add Module. Over here, as you can see, we have various different module formats. Some with a picture on the left, some with a picture on the right, some with 3 pictures, some with overlays, comparison tables, banners, and so on. The way I like to design most of my A+ content is simply by using the images. And the one which allows me to have the most real estate possible is this one, standard image header with text, as it allows us to input an image which is 970 by 600 pixels. This format allows us to add a headline as well as some body text. However, we can completely skip that and just use the image on its own. So in order to add an image, we just click this, and then we're able to drag and drop our image into here. Now we need to insert some image keywords. I'm essentially just going to say ocean animals coloring book banner 1, which is essentially what's on the image. It's an ocean animals coloring book, and it's our banner number 1. Click add. As you can see, our image has been added. You might recognize this image if you've seen my tutorial where I show you guys how to create coloring books using AI. This is the book we've designed in the video, and this is what I'm using as an example for my A+ as well. Anyways, that's section number 1 done. So let's just scroll down and add another module. I'm going to use the same element in order to add another picture. Standard image header with text. We click again, go to our files, and just drag and drop our second image. Now let's just give it a description: ocean animals coloring pages. Click add. As you can see for my design, I decided to include the front cover of the book, the dimensions, my brand name, as well as some key features of my book. And in the second part of my A+, I simply decided to just include the coloring pages from my coloring book so the customer can get an idea of what the interior looks like. Now, if you're wondering why I'm not using the headline or the body text and instead I'm putting my text on the image itself, it's simply because using a large image gives me the freedom to put my text wherever I like and to use any font and style that I want to. By using large images and designing them entirely in Canva, you're not constrained to the format provided by Amazon. You can use any text, font, and put it wherever you like. This way you can achieve a much more professional result than you could by utilizing the headlines and the built-in text boxes in the modules. If you want to make any changes to your layout and basically move some of those sections around, you can simply do that by clicking the arrows here. So let's say I want to move this section up, and this will send it to the top. And as you can see, this one is now second. If I press up again, this goes to the top, this goes to the bottom. Then if you want to get rid of a section, you simply click the X button, click yes, and the module gets deleted. You can do the same here. Yes, as you can see, the module disappeared. And then what I like to do at the bottom of my A+ is always to add a comparison table as well. So we click that. So in the comparison chart, we would need to put the ASINs of the book we want to advertise, as well as their respective cover images and titles. Over here, you can see that we've got 3 options to tick: show reviews, show prices, show add to cart button. That's basically the ones you can see here. Customer reviews, so if we tick it, we will see the reviews. If we tick price, we will see the price. And as you can see, the add to cart option has also been ticked, so it adds a little button here. However, as you can see here, the author chose to feature a few other attributes, such as whether it's beginner friendly and they have a tick box, what sort of ages it's suitable for, the book dimensions, as well as a little about section. So we can add a metric here, for instance, single-sided, and we can select whether we want a block of text or we just want a tick box. We can go with a tick box in this case. And then we add another metric. Let's say we want to include how many coloring pages there are on each book, and then we can select text as our format, and let's say this book has 50, that book has 60, and so on. I'm not actually going to fill out this form and put my books in here, but you get the idea. You basically populate the table, enter the ASINs of the respective books, and that's it. So now we can scroll back up if we're happy with what we've designed, and we can click here to see a preview. And as you can see here, there's 2 ways to see our preview: mobile as well as desktop. So let's just go to desktop. Okay, that's number 1. That's number 2. The comparison table, as you can see, is lacking some information because we haven't filled it out properly. But if you fill out all the data, you'll see the book images, the title, and so on. Then when you're happy with the design, you can simply scroll up and click next, apply ASINs. Over here, we just need to add the ASIN of the book or multiple books that we want to apply this A+ content to. Paste it into here. This will find the book, you press it, then you add the book here, you go next, you can review and submit your A+ for moderation. Then once it gets moderated and approved by Amazon, it will be visible on your book listing. Now, something I wouldn't recommend, but if that is the case for you and you're creating A+ content, which is generic for multiple titles and is not specific to that one book, for instance, it's simply a comparison table, Just know you can add multiple ASINs here and apply the same A+ content to multiple books. That's totally fine. However, I do recommend you create a unique piece of A+ content for every single book, rather than being lazy and just creating one for all of them, as A+ content has a massive impact on your book conversions. So just keep that in mind. And that's it, pretty straightforward. If you are serious about KDP publishing and would like to accelerate your learning, make sure to check out my KDP community. I'm sure it will save you time, money, and improve your results on Amazon. The link is in the description. Anyways, that will be it for this video. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to my channel for more KDP related content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.